It's a pretty day today. It was supposed to rain, but I guess not. See, I believe us as human beings, we tend to think negative way too much. We let that negative thought take over our mind way too easily, way too quickly. We tend to prepare ourselves for the worst, but at the same time, we can't seem to prepare ourselves for the best. How is that not possible? How do we make an idea for ourselves? Oh, I can't have high hopes for a certain thing because it might not go the way that I want. Why not make an idea of yourself that it will go the way that you need it to go? We are so quick to start thinking in a negative way. And sometimes, not sometimes, but most of the time, and at all times, that's how you attract. When you think in a negative way, most likely once that certain thing happens, you will only see the negative in it. You'll blind yourself out the good opportunities, the good part in some situation happening because you only think about the bad side of it. See, a lot of people say that when you manifest a certain thing, right? When you wait for a certain thing to happen, I believe that's real, but at the same time, your mind controls your reality. When you think negative things will happen. You think in a positive way, positive things happen. And it goes deeper than just thinking that way. But when you see the positive in things and you think positive about that certain circumstance that you're waiting a result on, whenever that result comes in, you will see the positive things first because you've been waiting for a positive answer this whole time. So there won't be a negative side to it. Maybe you will see it, but it won't be as strong as if you kept in your mind a positive mindset this whole time. And see, I know a lot of people like that will see the negative things first. They don't acknowledge the full situation, the things that could come from it. They don't acknowledge that maybe a very good opportunity could come from this circumstance. A very good opportunity could come from a bad situation. The first thing and we all think about it like that. The first thing you think about is negative because you don't want to have high hopes for something that in the end might not work. But it's so simple to erase a negative thought and put a positive thought instead. Why have in mind the idea of, oh, I can't do this because I lack in a certain area, or I don't have a certain skill, so I'm not capable of doing this? Why not you? The answer is why not you? Who says that you can't be that certain person that you want to be? Who says you can't achieve that certain goal? You're the one holding yourself back from your own blessings. That's the only thing there is to it. You are holding yourself back from your blessings. And that's the truth behind it. You see, when you acknowledge a certain situation, and sometimes we do it superficially. We don't acknowledge the whole thing. You just see a superficial information. You don't dig deep into it. But sometimes we go head first into it. And what I mean by that is you try to, you have a certain goal for yourself to try to achieve, to try to get to. And first thing that happens to you that goes wrong, you tend to think that it won't work out. That because a certain thing just didn't work on you, you think that it's time to move on and go to the next thing. Or you're not meant for this. I'm not meant for this because I'm not capable of doing this. I'm not capable of doing that. It takes patience. Everything in life takes patience in order to achieve it. I wasn't the man that I am today. As soon as I came out the womb, it took patience to turn into who I am today. It obviously took patience into achieving everything that I have today. This wisdom that I have, it didn't come overnight. I had to go through a lot of stages, through a lot of tribulations and tests that I had to go through in order for me to achieve the wisdom that I have today. But that falls on everything. You need to be able to be patient. You need to face that idea that you will go through pain. You You will have to go through different trials. You will have to go through circumstances that you won't like. But just because that's happening to you doesn't mean you're supposed to hold back. It doesn't mean that because something negative is happening to you, you're supposed to just pull back from it and then maybe move on to the next thing. That, just simply no. There's this book that I read. It's called Manifest by Roxy Nafousi. It's a very good book. If y'all never heard from him, I encourage y'all to get it. It talks about, 7 steps to manifesting and 7 steps to clearing your mind in order to attract what you want. And I'm a heavy believer on that. And in that book, it talks about whenever you fall into a low vibrational state. And basically, going back to what I said a while ago, just because something negative happens to you doesn't mean, it completely throws off your plans or it's not meant for you. It's not, no, that's not what it means. But when you do fall into something like that, you're supposed to look at the gratitude. You're supposed to be grateful for all the steps that you have in front of you. Maybe once you start on your journey to get to where you want to be, you won't have all the tools that you need. You won't have everything that you wish you had in order to work towards that. But eventually you will. Eventually it will come to you. But like I said before, it all comes with patience. But at the same time, when you notice the things or the tools that you do have at the moment and you be grateful for them, you'll get a sense of how can I explain it? A sense of gratitude, I guess, yeah. It's a sense of gratitude of noticing that you do have enough to get to where you want to be. You do have enough to work with at the moment. And eventually everything else is going to be added on. But just because a certain thing just didn't happen for you doesn't mean you got to hold back from it. Let's say just because you had a basketball game, your team didn't win the game, you think that you're holding your team back now because maybe you don't feel like you're good enough. So now you're going to hold yourself back from any blessing that could come down the road for yourself, all because you failed one game. But you got to acknowledge, sometimes even the best teams fail. The best players have failed. Kobe himself, there was times where he had failed too. That doesn't mean that he couldn't have been one of the greatest players to ever live. It's all in the mind. It's all in how you think and how you carry yourself. A setback isn't supposed to hold you back. A setback is supposed to hold you back so you can move forward even more. So you can learn more about yourself, learn more how to do it better next time. It's getting real windy. I hope all this wind isn't going into the microphone, but yeah, like I was saying, it all falls in patience. It's all about being patient, and I'm a heavy believer in God, Christ, Jesus Christ. I know He's my Lord and Savior, so it all comes to also, if you're a believer, to keep Him within your plans every day. And I cannot encourage that as much as I can. I can't encourage that anymore. Just keep Him as close as you can to yourself at all times. Acknowledge Him and let Him know that you are with Him, and He will let you know back that He is with you. Trust me that He will, because He showed it to me before. So He will let you know. He will help you, but you have to be patient and follow His word to the T. You can't be lukewarm. You can't, be in and out. You will get convicted on certain situations. You will notice, okay, maybe this is something I gotta change. Maybe this is something that I shouldn't be doing. And it's not an easy path to go down on, but you will eventually find a way to do it the best of your ability. You need to be the type of individual that controls their mind. You have to, acknowledge that this mind is yours. Your soul controls your body. Your soul controls your mind. Your soul controls this whole vessel which you carry throughout your whole life. You can't let your mind control you. Your soul is supposed to control your body. Your soul is supposed to tell you where you want to go, where you need to go, what's your purpose in life in general. Your soul will let you know. But you can't let your mind control you, because your mind, you can keep a lot of knowledge in it. You can gain a lot of knowledge, and knowledge is very powerful. It's a very worthy thing. in this world. Knowledge is power. But when you're not able to control your mind will sabotage you. It will keep you back from moving on forward. All because you're not capable of controlling your mind, of controlling the way that you think. And as a man, controlling your mind is everything. If somebody else is able to control your mind, to control your emotions, then basically that lets me know you are not in control of your own life. If you're not in control of your own life, then who really are you? And in that case, you're not truly in control of your own life. You're giving power to somebody else, all because you can't control your own decisions. When you make decisions based on emotions, then it's the worst decision you can make. You gotta have a cold mind at all times to be capable of making good decisions for yourself and for your future. The decisions you make now will decide the future that you live on further on in life. So be able to control your mind. Be able to. I know it takes time, and it's a very hard thing to master your mind, because sometimes it's very capable of taking you down places you don't wish to be on, very dark spots in your life. It could take you down on, but it's something that you have to do in order to grow, in order to move down in life and succeed. You got to be able to control your mind, control your emotions, control yourself basically, and let your soul speak for you. Don't let your body speak for you. Let your soul speak on forward for you. And I think that's it. I hope y'all like this video. If y'all did, please subscribe to it. I'll be posting like this daily, every day, about different topics I keep my mind on. I make sure I journal everything, so I try to, make different topics every day. And God bless y'all.